So after that compelling discussion about the top performances from Caribbean athletes throughout the year, we move the debate to the personality of the year. This is the athlete who produced the best body of work for 2024. And I'll let Ricardo start the discussion. And we haven't called Darren Sammy. Who is your personality of the year, Ricardo? Are we going to call Darren Sammy, though, to ask his opinion?
By the way, when I think about it,
yes,
Darren Sammy is the perfect person to call.
That's
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Oh, okay. Because he coaches Shamar Joseph.
Yes,
and
he's St. Lucian.
And he's St. Lucian, so
yes,
he loves...
Yes, he is the perfect person to ask.
Thank you very much. That's why I said it. So
my apologies. But let's talk about the personality of the year now. And this is the person, for me, who produced the best body of work for 2024. This one was actually easy. Very, very easy. Because there's nobody who got close to producing the body of work that this young lady did for 2024. Yes, Tia Lafond had a great year. World indoor champion, Olympic champion in the women's triple jump. But between that and after that, she was not among the top 3 women in her event. In comparison to, well, before I get even to the in comparison, think about someone like a Jordan Crooks, who had a stellar short course season, breaking the 50-meter freestyle world record, finished outside the medals at the Olympic Games. Massive deal. Think about Sherfane Rutherford, who had a great year in one-day international cricket, especially towards the back end. In fact, he has been nominated for the ODI Cricketer of the Year award, but still not compelling enough in terms of a complete body of work to who I think is the performer of the year, and that's Julian Alfred. When you win the World Indoor title, Lance, when you win the Olympic title, when you win the Diamond League, when you win an Olympic silver medal to go with your gold medal, I think just 2 defeats for the entire year at 100 meters. Stellar. There are few years that can compare to what Julian Alfred produced in 2024. And when you add to that the history that she created for her nation of St. Lucia, this was an absolute no-brainer. Like she was a runaway winner in the 100 meters at the Olympic Games, she, for me, is a runaway winner for the Sports Personality of the Year 2024.
Yeah, and you're not going to get any rebuttals from me on this one, because I agree with you 100%. You know, and one of the things I'm looking forward to in 2025 is how she will transition into the new season as an Olympic champion, because I realize that only 2 women in history, Gail Devers and Shelley-Ann Fraser-Price twice, have been Olympic champion and then won the 100-meter world championship title the following year. And that's the task that faces Julian Alfred here. I have no doubt that she can achieve it, but one of the things even she has admitted is that there's a lot more for her to do. Just winning an Olympic gold medal isn't enough to cement her place in the history as an outstanding sprinter on the global scene. And she has challenged herself to repeat in Tokyo in 2025 and go beyond that, so that people won't remember Julian Alfred just for her Paris success, but for a lot more.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say is, if the only thing she's remembered for the rest of her life is that she won the Paris Olympic Games, then I will say that is quite significant. But yes, I really do understand the point. And she is young. She's 23 years old, so she still has a lot of learning to do, Julian Alfred. It also means that there is still a lot of time for her to improve and get even better.
Yes.
So 2024 was stellar. Now, and you speak about how she will be able to back that up in 2025. I believe a lot of that will be mental. How does she now handle the pressure of expectation?
That's right.
Because if you consider 2024, there wasn't, I would say, a lot of expectation. I mean, when you think about global sprinting, Shelley-Ann Fraser-Pryce, a lot of attention was on her final Olympic Games. Sharika Jackson, who was the world silver medalist, Shakira Richardson, who was the world champion, they shouldered a lot of the burden. But if you think about Alfred going into 2025, and I know we're going to talk about this more later in the show, but she'll have the world indoor title to defend as well.
That's right.
That event being held in China. And then she goes to the World Championships as the Olympic champion. And so the entire year, I suspect there is going to be the media attention, the pressures coming from the global sprinting world. She'll know that everyone will be eyeing her, will be targeting her. So, yes, it's not going to be easy. I think most of the pressures will be mental.
Yeah, and you know, as we have always said, uneasy lies ahead that wears a crown. Yeah. And a lot of world champions in whatever sport we're talking about, be it football, cricket, track and field, boxing, it doesn't matter. When you become a world champion, there is a different kind of pressure now facing you, and your mettle is tested. I want to say that although Julian Alfred gets my pick, a couple of honorable mentions for me, including Jordan Crooks, the Caymanian 50-free world short course record holder, to think that he has lowered a world mark that swimmers like Caleb Dresser from the United States, Roland Sherman from South Africa, Florent Manadou from France, all multiple Olympic and world champions who weren't able to go below 20 seconds, and Jordan Crooks from the Cayman Islands with a population of about 69,000. That's very special for me, and I'm really, and he's young, like Julian Alfred is pretty young, so he still has his 20s to pivot and, you know, propel himself to even greater heights. And as a horse racing man, Ricardo, you know that I've got to put some respect on Safi Joseph's name, because Caribbean trainers don't go to the USA and have the kind of success that Safi Joseph is having. This is unprecedented. This is a trainer who left Barbados in 2011, didn't know what to expect when he got to Florida, but he challenged himself. And now, at the end of 2024, he's the #6 trainer in all of North America. And most of the trainers ahead of him are Hall of Famers like Steve Asmussen and Todd Pletcher and Mark Cassie. And he won a personal record 35 stakes this year. And his performances have really been phenomenal. In 2024, he has already won 264 races. His career total at the moment, 1,223. And especially coming at a time when Barbados' best-known horse racing trainer, Sir Michael Stout, who trained horses for the Queen and was, like, I think 8 or 9 times or 10 times British champion trainer, retired last year. This was his last year of training, Sir Michael Stout. I think he's almost 80 years old now. And
when you say last year, you mean
this year, 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the season has ended, so I'm just saying the last season.
Okay.
Because the flat season in
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, in Britain ended. So the fact that the timing is something that I like as well, because Sir Michael Stout says goodbye to horse racing as a trainer, and here comes Safi Joseph across the Atlantic. He's 79 years old. My producer, Gerard Morris Sealer, tells me he's a Barbadian, so he would know that as well. But to think that Safi Joseph Jr. is picking up that baton now, albeit across the Atlantic in the USA, which is just as even more a competitive horse racing landscape, I am really, really proud of Safi Joseph. Every time I talk to him, I tell him how proud the Caribbean racing fans are of his achievements. And it's no mean feat, because racing is a very competitive thing. And to earn the respect of owners who will give you good horses to train is in itself a mountain to climb. And Safi has been able to get the confidence of top owners who give him good horses. And he speaks all the time about his gratitude to the owners for giving him good horses.
Yeah, well, first of all, the fact that he makes at the track every single week means that he is special. So big up to him. As for Jordan Crooks, for me, I felt he was a lot closer in the performance of the year than he was performer of the year, because I don't think his body of work was good enough, especially because he was at the Olympic Games in swimming. Got to the 50 free final, but didn't medal, didn't win. That would have taken away significantly from him.
And a lot of his good performances came collegiately at the University of Tennessee. So, so we are inviting our viewers to send in their memorable Caribbean sporting moment of 2024. You can send your voice notes to 876-564-7661, and we'll try to put them in our interactive segment. So that's a little chore for you during the commercial break, and we'll listen out for them. Back with more on the SportsMax Zone after this.